This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. A few weeks ago I published a video with a cheap Mercedes S-Class that I bought for less than £2,000. It was a bit of a sad video really because, well, I couldn't save it. The last you saw of that car, it was in a very sorry state, and after 9 months of fiddling around with it, I just couldn't get to the bottom of all its faults. At the end of that video I thought, I just don't know what I'm going to do with this. It would break my heart to scrap it, but if I can't fix it, what's the point? What am I going to do with it? Then something funny happened. After the video went live, I got a message from Sam at SPR, the Mercedes specialist that I always use and recommend. Anyway, he sent me a WhatsApp message saying something like, "When are you dropping off this S-Class then, mate?" So I thought, right, that's all the signal that I needed. That's the green light. I'm going to drop this S-Class off with him and see if he can fix it. Everyone likes a challenge, don't they? Hang on, bear with me a second. I'm going to be quick here. There we go. Before he sent me that message, I wasn't even going to insult him by suggesting he takes a look at it for me. I just didn't think that would go down very well. And also, you know what it's like, no tradesman, be it a builder, a mechanic, a plumber or a plasterer, nobody wants to take on someone else's half-finished job. Anyway, I was wrong. Sam was his usual helpful self. So last week, I limped it down there. If you remember, it was in sort of limp home mode, it just had no power. I thought the turbo had blown. So I had a very leisurely drive down to Portwood in Stockport to drop it off. Anyway, fast forward a week, he's just sent me a message this morning to say the S-Class is all ready. So I thought I'd bring you guys along and find out exactly what he's done. I don't like leaving videos on a bit of a cliffhanger like the last S-Class video. So I thought, well, this way I'm keeping everybody up to date with it. He's gone through the list of faults with it and it's now all perfect. There are still several things that I need to do. It needs a bit of paint work and I need to get the wheels refurbished. And a good valet. But at least we're back on track. Hey, can I get past this bus? That was a bit of terrible driving there. Yeah, we're back on track. Let's go and have a chat with Sam then, shall we, at SPR, see exactly what he's done, and, crucially, how much my bill is. Right, we're at SPR, and as always, there are always some very interesting Mercedes to have a nosy at. Let me just show you these two estates quickly. These are 1985 and 86, I think, Mercedes TEs. This one's a 7-seater with the rear-facing bench seats. Anyway, we're not here for that. Well, there's the Mercedes then. Looking a lot better than the last time I saw it. Hey up, you all right?
Yeah, glad you're here.
Yes, I know. I've been meaning to come for it, but... Right, talk me through what you did then. Because when I dropped it off, it was in limp mode, wasn't it?
So it was in limp mode, no power, numerous lights on the dash, ABS, ESP.
Oh, and the speedo was had a mind of its own, didn't it?
Speedo was thinking we're doing like 200 mile an hour stationary.
Yeah.
So first port of call was to get it out of limp mode to see have we got more issues than just that, rather than invest in that and then it's a disaster down the road.
I was worried it might be turbo or something.
Luckily not, but not far from.
Okay.
The inlet manifold motor was faulty. To change that, you have to take the turbo off.
Okay.
So, given it's a bit of a budget project, we've done a bit of a bypass for that to eliminate that part.
Right.
So we can do more and more testing to make sure the car's good to go. It's not worth the investment to then find out there's other things wrong with the car.
I see what you mean. Right, okay.
And then because you've already gone.
I'm with you.
So we did that and it drove really well.
So when you say bypass then, the motor's open now all the time, is it?
The motor is in an open position all the time, which is its natural position. A lot of people do that as a permanent fix, which, to be honest, with the age and mileage of that car, it's not a bad cheap fix.
Okay.
Bearing in mind it is what it is type of car. If we needed to take the turbo off for any reason, you'd do it.
Right.
But going forward with the rest of the things that are wrong with the car, it was nice to just set that cost aside to
So with that
concentrate
now
on other stuff.
bypass then, or open all the time, it's now as quick as it should be?
Yeah, you won't lose any power at all. That engine in commercial vehicles doesn't have that motor.
When you say commercials, what uses that?
Vito, Sprinters.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Right, the 3 litre?
V6,
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
they cram it in there,
Okay.
So yeah, commercial model doesn't have an inlet motor anyway.
Right.
So if the motor was in its closed position, it's not good, but it's always naturally in its open position.
That won't affect emissions then or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. A lot of people, if they're doing a major strip down of that engine, they take it all out and get rid.
Right.
It is like a modification.
I see, right. So we can live without it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it was a 50 grand S-Class, you'd do it, but it's not.
Yeah, no.
So and that enabled us to concentrate
on the other faults. So what was your next job then? The ABS issue?
Next job was ABS ESP, which we had more than one speed signal fault from the wheels.
Yeah.
I think the other place changed one sensor.
Yeah.
You've got to change the 4.
Have you?
Yeah. And
with genuine parts, or can you use...
It's got to be genuine.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Mercs just don't like aftermarket speed sensors at all. So we changed all 4 of them. That stopped the dash
lighting up
going
like
crazy,
tree,
which in turn was activating the handbrake randomly.
Okay.
So we got all that sorted. When we thought was coming to the end of issues, we then had a handbrake issue. The handbrake shoes had just disintegrated completely. But then I was worried about the handbrake motor being damaged because of the handbrake shoes. So we fitted all new handbrake shoes.
Yeah.
And then luckily the handbrake motor was good, otherwise that would have been a make or break situation with the car.
Okay, good. And that cleared the lights then?
That got all the lights off finally.
Yeah.
And we've got a handbrake again.
Okay.
It's all good.
And we've got power again.
We did have to replace the back plate. It had new back plates fitted, but because of the handbrake shoes falling to pieces, it had damaged the new back plate.
Right.
So unfortunately we had to do all that again.
Okay.
Oh, then we thought was out of the woods, but we wasn't, because the rear wheels were binding.
Oh.
First or second road test, eliminating these issues, the pack brakes are just like on fire, and I just couldn't turn the wheel. So we've had to have new back calipers as well.
Right.
But I think you picked up on that first time round.
Yeah.
So yeah, just tons of electrical / mechanical issues.
This is the trouble with something like this, because they're so complex. I suppose you're just working through it, aren't you?
Yeah,
You've got to eliminate the problems one by one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And as you said, hope that the first problem doesn't light the car off.
It's difficult once you've got more than one electrical issue on something like that, because you don't want to invest in one part, go to another part, and then that's uninvestable, I'll say.
Yeah.
You can become a bit unstuck, hence why we've been a bit clever with the finances on this one. Even though you've not seen the bill yet.
No, I haven't seen the bill yet. That's what I'm worried about. Right, okay.
Yeah.
But you're done with it now, you're quite happy with that?
I'm done with it, I'm happy with it. I've done plenty of road tests in it. It was a cheap S-Class too. I think it's going to be a cheap one for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's safe and it's powerful and everything else. That's the most important part. When I bought it, it was driving fine. Apart from those lights on, it wasn't. It didn't have that issue with the loss of power.
Also, it was good originally.
Yeah. And then since it went to my other mechanics and they did various bits, then it's sat there for months. Then it's just
just not helped. It's sitting around. Unfortunately, even though these, 17, 18 years old, you still can't really take them to normal places because they're that complex. They're so advanced. You can just get it wrong dead easily. Unfortunately.
No, fair enough.
I've enjoyed it. It's worth saving.
Okay,
I think it's worth saving.
Well, I need to get the wheels done. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to stop with it really, but I need to get a little bit of paintwork done. Yeah. Because I might as well, because it's only the edges of the wheel arch.
Yeah, I think it's both sides, just there.
And sort the wheels out, and then it's quite presentable then, isn't it?
It's better looking than a lot of cheap ones, because it's got the AMG body kit on, it's got the wheels, so it
does
looks
look
tons better than anything else.
Yeah, and it's got a roof and a reverse camera and everything. So.
And I've been playing with everything in the car, and everything does work.
Oh, did you sort the window out?
Windows fixed, yeah.
Was it just a software update?
Software, front passenger door. Aircon works.
Before with something. Yeah.
Heated seats work. Sunroof works.
Yeah.
And it's got a stack of history.
Yeah, I know. That was the major selling point, really.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go and pay my bill then, and I'll get it to the wheel place.
Good luck.
Right. Cheers, Sam. Before we find out what my bill is, to help pay for this bill, I just need to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that helps you create a professional, virtually stunning website with ease. Whether you're starting a blog, showcasing your portfolio, or even opening an online store, Squarespace provides all the tools you need in one place, making it simple for anyone to build and maintain a website. One of the things I really appreciate about Squarespace is just how user-friendly it is. Even I can manage it, and I'm useless with technology. You can start with one of the beautifully designed templates, which are fully customizable, and make it your own with the drag and drop editor. It's ideal for creating a site that reflects your personal style or brand without needing any coding skills. Squarespace offers a range of built-in tools which help you grow and manage your site. From powerful analytics to track your visitors, to integrated marketing tools like email campaigns, you've got everything you need to expand your online presence. And if you ever need help, their 24/7 customer support is always there. On top of that, you can easily manage your website on the go. Squarespace's mobile app lets you edit your website, check your analytics, and even update products if you run an online store, all from your phone. If you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, all you need to do is head over to squarespace.com/highpeak autos for your free trial. Then when you're ready to launch your site, you can save 10% off your first website or domain name. All you need to do is click the link below in the video description. So thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video and helping me pay for my S-Class bill. On that note, let me go and pay for it. Right then, I'm back in the S-Class. I've just paid my bill, which was, in case you're wondering, £2,006 on my, what did I pay for this? 1,800 quid? 16? Never buy a cheap S-Class, ladies and gents. We're on our way now then to Prestige Wheels in Bredbury to go and get the wheels refurbished because... Wow, parking sensors there. I thought it was a fault. I know you might think I'm mad now spending even more money on this car, but when you're in a hole, you've got to keep digging, haven't you? In for a penny, in for a pound. The only way I'm going to get fairly strong money for this car is if I have it looking right. And it's got those nice AMG style wheels, so if I get those refurbished, yes, it's going to cost me another £300, but I think it will make the car look really nice. Now, what does this car currently owe me? 16 or 1,800 pounds, I can't quite remember. Sounds bad, but it was 9 months ago, and I bought lots of cars since then. Let's say 18. Let's go worst case scenario. So 1,800 pounds there, 2,000 pounds SPR, that's 3,800. There's a Givney Green Range Rover over there. 3,800 pounds then is what this car currently owes me. 3,800 plus the wheels are going to be 4,100. I'm hoping I can retail this for 4,995. Oh, it needs a bit of paintwork as well. The paintwork though should only cost me maybe 250 or something like that. So if it owes me 44 all done, if I can get 4,995 or 5,495 for it, I'll still come out with a little dribble of profit. And we've saved another car. Because as I said on my way down here, I didn't know what I was going to do with this car. I was worried that I might have to scrap it, and it's too nice for that. Like Sam said, everything works on the car now. The air conditioning works, the reverse camera works. It's a nice clean old thing. So I'm just going to have to keep spending on it, make it look as good as possible without going mad, and then try and retail my way out of it. If you take anything from this video though, don't buy a cheap S-Class. Look at that, in all its Givney glory. This now, by the way, drives, well, there's loads of power. We're all right, I think, we're good. They do know what they're doing there at SPR. This is why I always preach that it's best to go to a specialist if you've got something, you know, a bit unusual. I'm not knocking my regular mechanic, by the way, because they have to know a little bit about everything. But with something that's complex like this, you're just better off going to a specialist who deals with them day in, day out. Sam was saying when he's looked through the service history for this car, and it's got reams and stacks of service history, the previous owners replaced the seals on the oil cooler, which is quite a common issue on these. The oil cooler on this V6 engine is buried within the V of the engine, and it's a bit of a pig of a job to do. So the fact someone's done that is a great help. I'm just hoping now I'm out of the woods with this car, I can finally see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So with the wheels done, the paintwork done, a valet done, and a fresh MOT, hopefully I'll get my five and a bit £1,000 back in for it. That's the plan. He has done an awful lot of work there though for £2,000. So just quickly, oh, it's had new glow plugs as well. He didn't mention that. Supply and fit new glow plugs, diagnostics, passenger window, remove and replace 4 ABS sensors, £85 each, secure back plates, brake fluid change, near side rear hub, back plate and shoe kit, replace rear calipers and hoses, £85 each. Oh no, that's labour, £68. Honestly, this is like War and Peace, this. I mean, on the bright side, there's £334 of VAT to claim back. It's not all bad, is it? Right about now, I should be feeling sick with this car. I should hate it. I've been here many times before with cars. You get a big bill and then all of a sudden I just completely lose interest and hate the sight of it. But with this, I'm actually quite pleased. Let's go and see Rob and the guys at Prestige Wheels and we'll book this in. I'm going to get them powder coated. A nice metallic silver. Should look really good. I'll see you there. And we're back in my cheap Mercedes S-Class. Well, one thing's for certain, it isn't cheap anymore. I've massively overspent on this. Honestly, what a loser. I don't know why I do it to myself. When I bought this all those months ago, I thought I'd got guaranteed profit. Should know better by now, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's put all that behind us and move on, because I've now got an S-Class which really does look the part. After we last spoke, I was dropping this off at Prestige Wheels over in Bredbury, and they've done a really good job. The wheels were battered on this.
And what they've done here, as they always do, is a really thorough job. They've repaired them, they've stripped them, and then they've powder coated them, and they look as good as new. From there, I then took it for its paintwork. If you remember, it was a little bit rusty around the edges. There were little rust spots on the wheel arches and things like that, and the whole car just looked a bit sorry for itself. And I didn't know whether to get it done or not, but then I thought, well, I've already spent £2,000 repairing it mechanically. I've already spent hundreds of pounds on the wheels. Why not? Why not just finish it off? And that way, at least, I should be able to get top dollar for this. And really, me trying to get top dollar for this isn't me being greedy or anything, it's just me trying to recoup all my costs. My many considerable costs. It has been a very lengthy process, this car. I think I bought this car about 9 or 10 months ago, which isn't a great use of funds, to be fair, but oh well. Well, I was going to say you live and learn, but I don't. I think you'll all agree though now, it really does look good. I think if you were to stick a cheap private plate on this car, it would look like a £15,000 car. I've just taken this back to work and taken some nice photographs of it, so what I'll do later is create an advert. I'm just not sure how to pitch this price-wise. I don't even know what it owes me, to be honest. What I'm going to do shortly though is park up somewhere scenic and I'll talk you through all my costs. But regarding the asking price, I don't know. 4,995, 5,495, maybe even 5,995. It is particularly tidy and it's had an awful lot of work done. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think £6,000 sounds too dear? 5,995? Because right now at least, it does have an awful lot going for it. It just didn't when I bought it. I'm driving this now on a nice sunny day. We've got a sunroof. We've got ice cold air conditioning, we've got sat-nav, we've got a reverse camera, we've got heated seats, and weirdly everything works. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off at 5,995 and I can always work backwards, can't I? I think someone's getting a fairly decent car here for 5,995. It's a really beautiful day up here today. The sun's shining, the sky's blue. It's a long way from Siberia. Although in a couple of months' time it's going to look like Siberia up here. Everything's white, frosty. Well, here we'll do nicely then. Park up in my usual spot. There we go. Let me get the calculator out. Now, I can't even remember how much I paid for this car. It was either 1,600, 1,800 or £2,000. I think it was 1,800. Should really have checked, shouldn't I? But it was that long ago. So, I think I paid £1,800 for the car. I think. Then I've got my bill at SPR, which was more than that. £2,006, I think that was. Oh, right. We've got the bill at my paint shop. Now, I didn't use Jimmy. I used another place. I used a place called Stratton Smart, who I often use, actually. They've done a really good job. So they, what did they do? I was trying to read the invoice here. Remove the rust from both arches, fill prime, Schultz, arches, rear quarter, paint and touch in. So my bill there was £504, including VAT. So we'll add 504 there. Then we've got the Billet Prestige wheels, that was £288 to have all 4 wheels powder coated. Then we've got the MOT test fee, that was £40. And then we've got a valet, that was £70 on top. So my grand total for this cheap S-Class, which started out life at £1,800, let this be a lesson to anyone thinking of doing something so foolish, is £4,708. So this cheap S-Class now owes me nearly £5,000. But, ever the optimist, I do think it looks like a £5,000 car. I think my money's fairly safe at £5,000. Like I say, I'm sure I can get 5.5 or 6 for it. That's my plan. So wish me luck. What I'm going to do now then is head back to the garage via the petrol station because my fuel light's on. Stick another £20 in it. So we can add another £20 to my running total. Honestly, this is a money pit. But I think that's about it, guys. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, thank you for watching me through this part 1 and 2 journey of the cheap S-Class. See you next time.